all right? And life game is this idea that you can be good in any situation. How does this work? So the first thing to realize is that you don't need an opener. You don't need an opener. It's already open, bro. Why would you open? It's already open. The idea of life game is like you become the person at the club all the time. The personality that you learn to turn on when you're in the club, that's who I want you to be all the time. I want you to walk around as that person day to day. Because right now when you're gaming, you're probably let's say you're a little bit nervous, you're a little shy, you're introverted, you're quiet, you're not really partying that much, you're away from the dance floor, kind of just like chilling, waiting for like the girl that you like to come along. Then you're like, okay, time to turn it on. And you walk over and then you're like, hey, now I'm gonna be charming, now I'm gonna be charismatic, now I'm gonna be funny. But it's like, no, you're just pretending. You're putting on a mask. You should be who you've been all day long. Don't walk up to the girl and pretend to be charming, charismatic, and funny. How about being that way even when the girl is not there? Oh, okay. All right? So it's the way that you're living your life day to day. How you're living your life is the opener so that you're always in the zone. There is no opener. How you live your life is the opener so that you're always in the zone. It's when you get into the Uber, you ask the Uber driver, hey man, how's your day going? You meet anybody famous lately? It's when you go to the club, you're like, hey man, how's it going tonight? Any crazy people? You know, is it literally popping? Is it going off? So when you go downstairs, you buy a salad in the hotel lobby with a little Mexican lady. You tell her she looks great today. You love the way she did her hair. Yeah, flirt with the little Mexican lady. That's good. I know you don't want to go home with her, but still. You know what I'm saying? It's about being always on, always on. The way you live your life is the opener. So don't focus on the 5% of when you eventually walk up to the girl. Don't focus on that 5%. That's only 5% of your day. An opener, when you go talk to somebody, that's only like, 10 minutes of your day? If you go and do a cold approach, that's like 10 minutes of your day. But what about the other 23 and a half hours of your day, right? That's the real game. So I live my life in such a way like that, the one that a girl that I eventually like walks by, or distinguished women I eventually like walks by or whatever, she comes by, it's like, oh, hey, what's up? And it's very, very natural. It kind of just happens organically. There's no forcing it, right? So I don't think about openers. I don't think about day game. I don't think about night game. What I think about is life game. And that's the solution to this, because with life game, you no longer have to go out every night. All right? I don't know about you guys, but I've been doing this for 12 years, and I hate going out every fucking night. I hate it. I know we're in Vegas, and you're like, yeah, we're in Vegas. If you're like 22, you're like, yes, I love this shit. If you're like 25, you're like, yeah, I pulled the drunk 7, yeah. But me, dude, I'm like in my late 30s now, and I hate going out all the time. I used to go out 7 nights a week. I did it for a long time, but that's not me anymore. I don't want to do that. I want to have some balance in my life. I want to manage a career. You know, if you're a young professional, you want to manage a little bit of career and sleep. It's like go out to the club and pimp, or don't go to the gym, right? It's like you want to be able to like do both, you know? So I don't like to go out every night. I want to be able to just live my life in a way that allows women to come into it. And also cool guys. You didn't just learn game only to meet women. You learned game also to meet amazing dudes and network with them. That's why you learned these social skills, am I right? Right. Yeah. So the idea of just going out to the worst environment, which is a club, at night when everybody is drunk, and it's loud, and everybody's sleep deprived, does not sound like a place I want to be all the time. So I wanted to balance it out. So what I realized is that there is something called high-value girl momentum, all right? So this is going to be a little funny. Before I get into that, let me show you a couple of little videos here, what my existence has been like lately. What just happened? There we go. So this has been my life so far the past little while here. We'll just go like this. Hanging out with Jesse, doing some pimp shit. Moved into a really badass place that was a hotel lobby, so I had fashion events in my hotel lobby. Okay, that was pretty cool. What else did I do? Went to those same environments with a cane, pimped it with a cane. There we go. By the way, Jack and Ibrahim, there's no audio here. I think there should be audio. What's that?
I think it's not plugged in.
Yeah, it is. It's plugged in here to this screen. Yeah, just no audio on this.
Just got to change settings.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, I'll just keep going. Just throw some B-roll stuff. What else have I been up to? Hanging on cool tables, going to basketball games with some amazing people, right? The idea of like you can live your life and be in a situation where you just meet amazing people all the time. That's what I wanted, not intentionally having to go out every single night. And so this idea of high-value girl momentum, right? This is what I realized. You know this expression that you are the equivalent of the 5 people you hang out with the most? You ever hear that? Yeah, it's an old like Tony Robbins quote, Jim Rohn quote. You're the equivalent of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. I said, all right. I like this one. If that's true, who are you dating? Who are you dating? Think about who you're dating, okay? Because if you're pulling a lot of girls that are, and I listen, I'm going to use numbers here, and I don't use numbers in a way that's like, because I'm rating people. I want to use numbers like in a way to kind of relate to what you're saying. So if you're dating people that are 7s, emotionally, psychology, physically, intelligence-wise, if you're dating people that are 7s, okay, what that means is you're hanging out with a lot of 7s. Now you become the 5 people that you hang out with the most. Oh, you didn't think about it that way. I thought about that. And then I realized, if that's the case, then I want to hang around the most high-quality women possible. So what you don't realize is that there's 7 momentum, 7 momentum, 6 momentum, 5 momentum, comfort 5 momentum, right? All that exists. And at the same time, there's also high-value girl momentum, high-quality girl momentum. So when you hang around these girls very often, you get used to it because they become the new normal for you. They become what you're used to. It just starts to make sense for you to hang out with these people, okay? So again, low-quality girl momentum, high-quality girl momentum. And I wanted to spend my time hanging out with high-quality girls doing pimp shit, as Blair said. I wanted to hang out, I wanted to be able to go on vacations and travel and enjoy places and rent motorbikes and not have to worry about if the girl's going to show up or not, or she's going to flake or not, or she's going to use me for financial gain or not. I didn't want to worry about any of that stuff. Now, I'm not saying you guys have to all be ballers to do this shit. Oh, by the way, here's a cool one. I took a girl out to the Great Wall of China and had her hold my Steadicam. RSD life. I'm like, can you hold the nebula? She's like, what's a nebula? It's a Steadicam. We're going to shoot a vlog now. Don't fuck it up. No rice for you. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, here you are in Amsterdam just hanging out, right? I want to be able to do cool shit like that and not have to worry about, is this girl going to stick around? Is she going to be of quality? Is she going to be, the right kind of person? So there's high-value girl momentum. So the problem most of you are probably thinking about is that you have some cool shit going on with you in your life. Like you heard Derek talk about this yesterday. You guys have cool shit going on in your life. You're able to financially afford to come down to Vegas for a week. 80% of the world's population can't do that, especially people in third world countries. You're able to arrange your schedule with your work and your job to come down here. You're able to afford clothing, a place to stay. You have the social intelligence to decide to invest into your life, to make it better, to go out and improve, right? You are, in some ways, a high-value guy. You've done some cool shit already in your life. You're doing cool shit in your life. You're working on yourself. So what's going on, bro? There's a gap. Where's the gap? I am a high-value guy. I'm a guy on my path, on my purpose. You are, believe it or not, you are. Even if you're a brand newbie and you're here, you're already on your path and your purpose. You're investing into yourself. Most people don't do that. Most people get the book about self-development and don't make it past chapter 1. You're already at, the end of the book. You know what I mean? You're showing up and improving in yourself. So you have high value traits, but there's a gap here between you and the woman that you're getting in your life. And that gap can be very frustrating. Anybody feel like that? It's a serious question though. Anybody feel like that? You got some cool shit going on in your life, okay? Yeah, cool shit going on in our lives, and for some reason, we're still struggling with women. What's the fucking gap there? Why does it happen? Why can we not convey all that cool stuff we have going on in ourselves? Well, the people that I usually work with, okay, my students are young professionals. So it's the guy who's an accountant. Maybe it might be yourself. You are an accountant. You're really, really good at math. You're a logical person, but for some reason, you cannot resonate with these emotionally charged women in the club. Okay? Or maybe you are the doctor, the lawyer. You spend a lot of time on your education. You focused on it, worked on it so hard in school that you didn't develop the social skills. Okay? Maybe you're the engineer for software programming, and you're so good at coding because it's rational and logical and makes sense, but you don't understand the interactions of people because you didn't have a great social life coming up. Or maybe you are the entrepreneur. I get a lot of entrepreneurs on program, and military guys as well. Maybe you're the entrepreneur, and you're so cutthroat with your time and your energy, you don't have time to fuck around with people that don't know what they want, okay? These are the guys that I usually work with. These are the people that I usually attract. And if you are one of these people, then this talk I'm gonna give is gonna resonate with you tremendously, okay? I'm gonna get you to be accepted for who you really are. So let's get into the details. First thing I'm gonna say right here is gonna shock you, it's gonna offend you, it's gonna appall you, it's gonna upset you, but it's the absolute truth. Pickup is dead. It's dead, guys. It's dead. Pickup is dead. Now you might be like, Madison, it's not true. Say it's not true. You know it's true. You fucking know it's true. Don't you know it's true? Don't you secretly know that pickup is dead? Like, come on, guys. Don't you know? Like, secretly? Come on. Don't you feel it? Hasn't something changed? 2018, 2019, hasn't it changed a little bit? Whereas before, if you got a girl's number, you text her, she could answer. Now you can text 15 girls and 15 of them don't answer. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Before you would slide into a girl's DM on Instagram, you had like a 50-50 chance of her responding. Now, like Chris Brown is also sliding into her Instagram DM. Come on, you know it's over, man. You know it's over. Even if you were to meet an amazing girl, a really cool girl, and you invited her out to an amazing restaurant, chance is there's another guy inviting her out to like an NBA Raptors basketball game or a boat party, right? How the fuck are you gonna compete in this day and age? Let's be real. Let's be real. I mean, you could possibly go to XS or Encore and pull the girl of your dreams, but chances are she's gonna be a little tipsy, and when you call her back the next day, she might not answer. Womp, womp, womp. Pickup is dead, okay? It's something has changed. It could be the feminism environment we live in. It could be the politically correct culture. It could be that we've over-validated people on Instagram and on social media, but it's changed. Anybody feel the change a little bit, like there's a temperature in the room? Thank God, thank goodness. This side feels it. This side, anybody here? Thank goodness I'm not the only one, because I felt it. I was like, what's going on? This opener used to work last year. You know? Like, what's going on? I used to get like 10 Tinder matches a day. Now I'm lucky if I get 2. Right? What happened? It's all fucked up. It's all fucked up. Pickup is dead. So we have to come up with something that's better than pickup. You might see in RSD we're moving into self-development. We're also doing some other stuff. And that's because pickup is dead. Pickup is finished. It was a good run, but pickup is dead. However, dating is not dead. Dating is not over. Dating will always continue. Men and women will still need to replicate. So dating is not over, but pickup is dead, okay? So let's talk about why you even got into game. Did you get into this because you wanted to pump up your leg count with 7s that were pretending to be 10s? Or did you want to actually meet a high-quality person? If you're like most dudes that are attracted to RSD or self-development or Ty Lopez or Gary Vee or Father J or whatever, okay? If you're like most people, most guys want to have health, wealth, higher purpose, and relationships. So you got into game, pickup to meet women, but also to meet men, to meet cool-ass dudes that could expand your network, make friends that would make you more money, have an interesting life and adventures. That's why you really got into game. You didn't get into this just to meet the 7. Emotional, physical, psychological, 7. You didn't get into it for that. You got into it for more. Now, at first, you're like, yeah, I just want to pad my leg count. But if anybody's gotten to maybe, 50 to 100 girls, you're like, okay, what's next? Now, if you haven't gotten there, you're like, that sounds like a great problem to have. But if you have gotten there, you're like, okay, what is next? And you realize, dude, there has to be something else. What's after that? Considering the pickup is dead, considering that, you spend a lot of time doing it, you want to have healthier life, you want to have more wealth, you want to use pickup to meet awesome girls and cool guys, right? So this is my vision for your dating life. To make it easy, I want to make dating super easy for you. I want to make it where it's not something you have to go out banging your head against the wall like a chicken every night, running around the club like a chicken with your head cut off. Make it super easy for you. I want to save you time. I don't want it to be expensive for you. I want you not to waste time with lower quality people. I want you to tap into existing network of great people that live that are around you. So the vision for your dating life should be you want the women as a byproduct of the success you already have. As you mentioned, as we talked about already, we came to the agreement, right? We came to this agreement that a lot of you guys are already pretty cool, and it would be nice if you had a woman that was of the same quality and you could tap into the success you already had. Wouldn't it be nice if you could use your education to also attract a woman? Wouldn't it be nice if you could also use the house that you got for yourself and your family just to be comfortable to also create an environment? Wouldn't it be nice if your friends and social circle that you have could be leveraged, or any success you have could be leveraged? That's what you want. So what I'm going to try to set up for you today is how to get that woman as a byproduct of you being yourself. And we're going to make that part very, very easy so that you're able to continue getting more money, get more success, continue to work on that health, continue to work on your relationships, continue to work on your path and your purpose, which is your real goal, okay? So you have your life mission, you're on your path, but there's like a woman or a situation with dating that's on the side that comes along with you. So, how are we going to do this? Dun, 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 dun. What I've discovered is that there is 15 funnels, motherfucker. 15 funnels, and we're going to go through all 15 today. This is where, like, people think that I'm like the inner game guy, and I am, but like I'm very methodical with this shit. Like I'm like a scientist, a mad scientist in a laboratory with this stuff, okay? So there's 15 funnels that you could have to get better health, better relationships, better wealth, and high-quality women in your life. 15 funnels, all right? And I realized this because I was doing it automatically. All the guys that were around me that were really good were doing this. And guess what? These funnels did not include going to the club till 1 o'clock in the morning. That's not even one of these, okay? So we were able to manage our whole life and have a great time. By the way, can I get some water up here? Thank you very much. All right, funnel number 1. Funnel number 1 is charity events. That's the first one. So let's think about this in detail. Let's think about why. All right, the challenge is there's nothing more disappointing when you find a beautiful girl, dedicate your energy, your time to getting to know her, only to find out that her interests are Netflix and her dog. True story, bro. Where are the real women at? The women that you share passions and as a businessman in your prime. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Cheers. So the benefit of going to a charity event is you stop looking for the right women in the wrong places. You're not going to find the woman who runs a tech company or a businesswoman in the club at night. Stop kidding yourself. It's time to go out where the fish are at charity events. And the women there have dated men like you before. So they know how to appreciate your worth and your work and where you are today. Not only that, but they have interests of their own and passions that run deep as yours. So you may or may not know this, but every city in the world, all the major cities have charity events. And these are where people go to be seen and raise money. Now, you don't actually need money to be at a charity event. All these funnels cost you nothing, by the way. They cost zero. All this costs a little bit of time to get into the scene. Okay? So you don't need any money to go to the charity event. But once you go there and you get into that scene, you see people that are just there to take pictures and socialize and networking. It's a different class. It's a higher class of person. So the charity event is like, there's several of those a year, and once you join these organizations, usually you can get involved with them, and they're a no-brainer. They're super easy. Okay? And we'll talk about how to do these in a bit. So that's charity events. Number 2. Funnel number 2 is museum parties. Museum parties. So y'all probably even know museums had parties. They do. Think about it. Your local museum, where it's an art museum or contemporary art museum or whatever, or even a dinosaur museum, they have memberships, okay? It's like $60 a year for the membership. It's fucking nothing. It's a no-brainer. $60 a year for the membership, and then what they do is they send you on their email list, we're having a gala. We're having a gala. And you use like 3 or 4 times a year, usually, maybe even more, and you go out to these museum events, and you eat free food, and you have free alcohol, and there's lots of cool-ass people that are there, okay? It's the best thing ever. So how many times do you go to the same old venues and meet the same women? You can either talk to them because the music, you can't talk to them because the music is too loud, or the conversation is exciting as watching grass grow. Why can't there be a venue that plays music, serves drinks, and attracts interesting people and stimulates engaging and exciting conversation? And that is the museum party. Now, the benefit of being there is, well, for example, in Toronto, where I was based for a while, there's something called ROM, which is the Royal Ontario Museum Friday. And these events offer excitement, meeting intelligent, fun-loving people. You don't have to deal with dance floor bullshit. It's a high-ticket class item, high women, intellectual, sharp. Logistics are great, by the way, because it's daytime. So it's like 7 in the afternoon, 8 in the afternoon. You don't have to skip work. Logistics are great. Usually a museum is centrally located downtown. If you're downtown, it's close to your house, right? It's beautiful. You don't have to hear this, I have to go. The person the person that you're talking to doesn't say, I have to go because it's late. No, it's not 3 in the morning. It's like 7 in the afternoon. Logistics are better. People are drinking a little bit so they're comfortable, but they're still sober. Beautiful thing. And also, there's in museum parties, okay, there's private areas. So you might, for example, be like in the Chinese section, the Chinese culture section, and then you move over to the dinosaur section, and you can move the girl over there, and it gets a lot more quiet. It's a little bit more of a private atmosphere, and you can escalate while looking at dinosaurs. Okay, so it works out pretty well. Museum parties. I'll show you some photos that I have of this here. Audio. Still no audio, that's fine. All right, so that's one. Here I am with the boys, partying, chilling. It's a blast, good times. And then a little bit more. Oh, you got something here for me? Switching it? There we go, let's see. That's a little bit better. It says no, it says blocked out. Go back to the, yeah, sure. So museum parties are amazing. They forever changed my life. Let's just see this. Let's try this out. Brace the fuck, boy. If it works, it's great. Nada. All right. So we'll go on, we'll continue while we're doing this. Funnel number 3 is hospital events. A hospital? I don't want to pimp bitches with leukemia. Don't worry about it. So for anybody that has a highly intensive career, such as a doctor or a lawyer, it can be difficult or impossible to go out and schedule a date. If you're a doctor and you're getting out of your office or your practice at 9 p.m., You're not like gonna have time to go on dates at night. Also, if you're a doctor and you work in a hospital, you can't start flirting with all the nurses. That's a good way to end your career. It's a career ender, right? Going to the club is also not the best thing in the world for you. So when you finally get the time off, or a month, if you get the time off, you have to schedule it months in advance in hopes that you immediately don't get let down by the quality of the women that you find. So hospital events, the benefit is this. Hospital events allow you to meet the kind of woman who shares the same values as you, giving, nurturing, etc. This allows you to spend the small amount of energy that you have left, enjoy your time with the person rather than rigorously screening them, and digging to find the values and qualities. So if you go to a hospital event, you already know the person is not selfish, most likely, right? The event screens for you. Let me hear you guys say that. The event screens for you. The event screens for you. Okay, it's very important to keep that in mind. Some guys love to go to Irish pubs. Why would I go to Irish pubs? I'm not going to find anybody I want to date there. Okay, so the event and the location that you're meeting the girl at screens for you. So that's why you want to go to these hospital events. You've been blessed with a new situation to meet women and have strong drive to help people work in the same or similar fields. So you might meet somebody that's working in medical sales, somebody that's working in a similar area. Bottom line, they're giving to people. And that's impressive. That's important. Funnel number 4, bottle service. Bottle service. Okay? So this is the only time that I'm going to go to a club, okay? And the idea of this bottle service thing, or the getting to the club early to talk to the waitresses and the bottle service girls, is I don't actually spend time in the club. So here's a challenge with clubs. There's a guy in the club you usually see that knows everybody, and he has a few 9 or 10s that he knows at bottle service, and they're wrapped around his finger. This guy usually skips the line, and there you are waiting for 30 minutes at the line only to get rejected, or by some miracle, you get in only to find that all the hot girls have gravitated to the one guy who skipped the line. This is bullshit. Or the one guy who has a table. So what I do is I get to the club super early, 9:30 at night, before anybody's at the club, before the waitresses are busy, before the hostesses are busy, and I make friends with them. What I do is this. The first night, let's say a Thursday, I go on a slow night, Thursday. And I get a regular shot, like a regular Joe, just a regular person. I get a shot. And then I get their name, have a little 2-minute chat, and that's it. I'm done. That's my game for the night on Thursday. Then Friday rolls around. I go back on Friday. I see the same waitress. Oh, hey, Jennifer, what's up? Oh, hey, you're that guy from last night. Yeah. Yo, how's your night going? Oh, it's cool. Da-da-da-da. You know what? Have a shot with me. Awesome. Jennifer comes, gets a shot. She has a shot with me. I have a shot. Costs me like $10 or something like that. You know what? You're the best waitress ever, Jennifer. You know what? I'm going to send all my friends here to see you. So then I take out my cell phone like this, and I do an Instagram story, and I'm like, hey, all you need to come down to club blah, 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 and see Jennifer. She's the best. What days are you working? Friday and Saturday? Cool. Come see her Friday and Saturday. She'll hook you up. Okay? Tag the club. Tag Jennifer in it. Save it. Then I'll only give you the answer, y'all. I'll get you to guess. What happens after I tag the club and I tag the bottle service girl in it? What happens? There's 4 levels of benefits here. What do you think the first one is? Yeah. Exactly. You heard what he said? Can you say it a little louder so we can hear you?
The club replays your story.
Yeah, the club replays your story. You get added to the story of the club. So the 300 people that were in the club that night that watched the club story see it. What's the other benefit there? There's another one too.
She's going to see your Instagram.
Yeah, the waitress sees your Instagram. She sees your Instagram. And there's a third level too.
All the friends, everything else.
Yeah, you got it. All of her friends are going to see it because we're also in the story of the club. And she might even repost it to her story if it's cool. And then last and final benefit, the fourth one.
The guy that knows everybody.
The what?
The guy that knows everybody sees it.
Well, yeah, the guy that knows everybody sees it, he's like included, I'd say, like in the second category. But the last one is everybody who you talk to that night also sees your story. So let's say like you walked up to some girl in line, and she's like, "Pff," like blew you off. Then like 20 minutes later, she looks at your Instagram story, and she sees that you're hanging out with like the VIP cocktail waitress, and you know her by name. She's like, oh, perhaps I was wrong about this young gentleman. Okay? Changes everything. So, get to the club early, communicate your high value coolness to the girls, position yourself becoming a guy that has status in the club. The other girls are drawn to that. It's really incredible. Here's a little video of me doing the same thing that I just talked about. Yay, come see my friend. She's really good. She works these days. She's amazing. Yay, we're friends now. And then we actually do become friends in real life, actually. After that, it's not just like a thing you do. It's like a real like introduction to friendship, you know? Like I'm not like tagging like the bitchy cocktail waitresses that I hate. You know, I'm like tagging like people that actually are funny or hilarious or like I banter with a little bit. And then when that happens, we get along. And then I tag them once we get along, okay? So the more high end the venue, the better for this. Next one, group number 5, funnel to the promoter's friends. So why are you running around and trying to aggregate and collect beautiful women? There's somebody else's job. They're already doing that. It's not your job to do it, right? Running around like Sonic the Hedgehog all night trying to like collect beautiful women. Why would you do that? That's somebody else's job. Why not just like leverage what they're doing already, right? So there's club promoters, and you have to get into the club promoters' little circle of friends, which is very, 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 very easy. Okay? No more standing in line, no more paying entrance fees, all that stuff. And the way I would do it is like this. It's very simple. I'm going to get into house parties in a second. And when you have a house party or let's say, you're even going to the club early, right? Remember we said go to the club early at 9:30, tag the waitress, tag the club? What happens when you walk into the promoter after that? It's on like Donkey Kong, as old people say, okay? Because, again, you're going to walk into the promoter, oh, hey, what's up? What's up, Michael? Oh, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I heard you have a thing Thursday night. Cool. Let me grab your Instagram. He's like, sure. Michael, the promoter, then goes onto your Instagram, sees you with all the waitresses, right? So what he then does, since he's already aggregating these beautiful women, he has to find something to do with them. Yo, let me tell you, hurting beautiful women is a nightmare. It's so annoying. It's so horrible. Like imagine like having to take care of a group of like 5 people, and nobody wants to think about like where they're going, what they're eating, how they're getting there. You have to think of everything for this group. So the promoter guy is doing that. He's tired, man. He's just like, yo, I need to feed these girls. I need to take them somewhere. And then you'll come along and be like, hey, how about we have a little pre-party at my place? He's like, thank goodness. We'll just meet all the girls at your house. True story. This happens all the time. Okay? So here's some more little fun videos of me doing the same thing. Oh, here we go. Plug the old one in and it worked.
Just me. Is it just me? Is this sex so good? I should have fall for free. Is it just me? Yeah.
So, by the way, all this is so fucking easy to do, it's ridiculous. It literally takes 2 days. It doesn't take long. Again, you're going to the club the first night, meeting the waitress, having a shot with her, going back the second night early, meeting her again, tagging her in your story. That's it. That's it. Go say hello to the promoter on the way out. Grab his contact. He watches your story because that's what they do. Because you're the cool guy now. This all cost you 2 shots. 2 shots. That was it. Next funnel, Sunday brunch. So I bet you've walked past some restaurant on Sunday, which is your day off. What did you see? I'm sure there was a few restaurants there with stunning women, and there's a guy there, you look around, you're like, wow, what's going on here? So these restaurants have what's called a Sunday brunch. All the high-end restaurants in this city do it. It could be at STK, all right? like an SDK or a steakhouse or one of these fancy, any place in your city that serves mojitos, which is champagne and orange juice. Any place in your city that serves mojitos usually has what's called a Sunday brunch, which is where, literally, clubs feed chicks for free. It's the craziest thing. The clubs feed chicks at these things. What they do is they have a promoter who's some guy from out of college who doesn't have a dime to his name usually, but he just happens to know a lot of girls through Instagram, and he says to these girls, hey, do you want to come have some free food? And the girls are like, sure, I'll have a free meal. Okay, it costs the promoter nothing. And he goes and brings them on Sunday to the supper club or the restaurant. Okay, he brings them there. And the club doesn't even give them a full plate of food. It's not even a meal. The club puts out around little appetizer trays, little entrees as big plates. And everybody just shares from them. They eat bruschetta or something, like bread with tomato paste. And it's that's it. Okay? Every major restaurant or supper club in the city does this. In Toronto, it's a place called Brassailles, which has the Le Brunch. They call it Le Brunch. It's also a place called Lavelle that does it. Okay? In Hollywood, oh my goodness, I'm pretty sure Le Jardin would do it, or any of those other places that serve food. Okay? It's so easy. This costs you absolutely nothing. You don't have to run the event. You don't have to pay for the food. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is invite the 3 girls that you met that week to this thing that already exist. Hey, I have a promoter friend for the brunch thing. Do you want to go? Done. Costs you nothing. You don't have to run the event. The guy takes care of all of the work, okay? You're leveraging your existing network. You already know a bunch of amazing, high-quality women that would love to go to things like this. You just got to find the guy that knows it. Okay? And once you're in, you're in. It's done. No brainer. Next one, opening events. So there's people that are in the club promotion industry that aren't just associated with only clubs. They also do exclusive clothes store openings and restaurant opening parties. So this is the chance for you to get in with a new crowd, people that are behind the scenes that run these events. All the while, you rub shoulders with some of the most interesting people in the restaurant and clothing scenes for one afternoon, socializing, etc. So every time there is a new restaurant that opens, a new store that opens, a new whatever that opens, they have an opening party for it. And these things are going on every single month, if not every 2 to 3 weeks. So they say businesses, if a business makes it past the first year, it's impressive. So these businesses are opening and closing all the time. And usually in the main section of downtown, there'll be one guy or a group of guys that typically own all the clubs. They typically own a lot of the restaurants. And these guys will typically try to open new places and try them out. So once you know the club promoter or you know the bottle service girl, she is already getting invited to these things. So you don't have to go and Google and search what's the opening party for the clothing store? You don't have to do that. The bottle service girl who you met the week before already knows about the opening parties because she's invited to them. The club promoter who you met the week before already knows about the opening parties because he is inviting his girls to it. Right? So now we're getting this compound thing where this compound's out of control. It's just going full steam ahead. The snowball's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There's still no work required on your end but the initial setup. Okay? And you'll end up going to these parties, and again, they're beautiful. You go to these parties, it's here's a guy's opening a suit store. And then you go there, there's great food, amazing environment, great people. You'll see a dude who's also DJing, all right? It's just an amazing environment. You're gonna be high-quality people that usually go to these things. And once you go to these events, you're gonna find even more people that go to more of these events. And at this point, a nightclub's gonna seem like the dumbest thing you ever did in your life. You're like, bro, why did I go to a club talking to a bunch of 19, 21-year-olds who were we're lesbians? You're like, oh. If I hear the word we're lesbians, that means I'm doing something wrong in my life. I'm living my life wrong. I'm going to the wrong places, the wrong environments, right? So here's a little picture of me and my buddies at one opening event. The one on the left side is for a suit place. The one on the right side is for an insurance company. I don't sell insurance, but hey, whatever, right? And the one on the bottom is a club owner and club promoter. Again, these things could all be set up in a week. It does not take a lot of time. There is minimal time investment. So the next one is hosting a pre-party. Let's talk about pre-parties. As I mentioned before, the club promoter that you know, he needs a place to take these girls and hurdle them together. It's very annoying for him to do that. He needs a place to take them. He needs people that provide venues. So I turn my place into a pre-party place. If you have good logistics or you live downtown, this is the thing you want to do. You'd love to host a party where you can associate with new people, talk to hot women, and build a connection with promoters. So the benefit here is by establishing a home base for the bottle service girls and promoters, this cultivates a relaxed environment where you can give value to the people that help you out so much in the club. It's time to give back to your tribe. Plant the seeds now so you can harvest them later on in the night when they are more emotionally charged. So here's how you do it. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. And I'll show you some videos of it, okay? Whoop. Why is this not moving? There we go. It's very simple. It's going to be so simple, you're going to laugh at this when you see this, okay? So here's me at a pre-party at my place. Is this playing?
Quit bullshitting, bro.
Jeff Bezos? Steph, let's go.
Yes. I'm Jeff Bezos.
Are you Jeff Bezos? Yes, I'm Jeff Bezos.
Don't drape it.
Damn, son.
Where's my money? You need management, baby. Track, girl.
All right, just having a little fun, walking around with some pimp juice.
You need a superhero theme music.
You look like Elmo.
Mate, he needs royal trumpets.
My shoulders.
No.
The games. I can't. Okay, straight. Show me drape this? Yeah. No, show me drape it.
Damn, son.
Where's my money? You need management, baby. Track, girl.
I do for Meg.
Victoria's Secret Men's, probably.
Victoria's Secret Men's? Okay.
Drug dealer.
Drug dealer. She's accurate. Now that the secret's out, I have to kill you.
Yeah, so they start wondering, what do I do? They're like, are you a drug dealer? Like, what the fuck is going on? Why do you know all these people? And I'm like, because I went out for 2 days, right? It's kind of crazy. So these pre-parties you have at your house are simple because what you're going to do to these bottle service girls is you're going to say, or the waitresses, or the people that you meet at the museum parties, or the charity events, or the promoter. It's very simple. Here's a line you're going to say. Hey, I know you guys are going out later tonight. Why don't you come by, do your makeup, do your hair, get comfortable. You can even leave your coat in my closet. That's it. Come by, get comfortable, do your hair and makeup. You can leave my coat in your closet. For some reason, everybody hates paying coat check. The amount of effort that people will go through to not pay $2 for coat check blows my mind. You ever notice this? It's like girls will stand in the cold, like with the heels and like the miniskirt, like freezing for 30 minutes just to not pay $2. I'm like, what? Just pay the $2. No, I don't pay coat check, and I don't stand in line. I'm like, just pay the $2, man. Just pay it, baby. I know automatically I'm not going to date that girl because she makes a lot of bad life decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's going to have our babies out in the cold, like with no jackets on. No babies for you. But it's cool that they go so far to not pay coat check. Just ask them to leave the jackets at your house. And they're all like, yay, we didn't pay coat check. The only value that you provided was your closet and a mirror that people can do their makeup in. It's unbelievable. People just like somewhere they can leave their stuff, go to the club, come back and pick up their stuff. I don't know why, especially in the wintertime. In the wintertime, it's like you're a savior, like Jesus Christ, Allah, and Buddha mixed together. It's amazing. Next one, right, number 9, connecting with the hotel event managers. So some of the most exclusive large-scale company events happen at hotels. Why? Because they have the venues that accommodate. Getting to know the hotel event managers and getting on the event mailing list is a must to take full advantage of your situation. So for every single hotel, there's an event manager. For RSD to book this room right here, we had to go talk to an event manager. We said, hey, we want this room for $500 or $1,000 a day, whatever we pay for it, probably $1,000 plus for something this big, all right? And when you're going to different events, you're going to meet hotel event managers. Okay? And if you go to events and there's no hotel event manager, you could literally just call and just ask for the hotel event manager at any hotel. You could literally call, maybe Win would be a little too big, but you can call the link, okay? Call the link. Don't do it right now, but call the link. Just at the test, ask for the hotel event manager, okay? You'll meet the hotel event. They'll connect you through. You'll be on the phone. Maybe you'll say, hey, I'm thinking about, just bullshit a little bit here, okay? Just a little bit of bullshit. Never hurt anybody, just for fun. I'm thinking about running an event, and I'd also like to get on your event list. Is that possible? They'll say, sure. They'll add you to a private email that goes out to everybody and tells them the events that are happening in the hotel. Done. And now you can attend these events. A 5-minute phone call gets you in with hotel event managers, okay? Very simple to do. They want you to be on this list. If you're thinking about renting a space, they want you to be on this list. I used to live in a hotel, actually. So back in Toronto, there's a place called the Thompson. I was living there. It's like this beautiful penthouse suite, and it's pretty expensive penthouse suite. It had a club in the bottom and a club on top. And what I would do is just meet the hotel event manager, and I'd know about every single thing that was happening in the hotel. The speed dating event, I'd be invited to that. The fashion event, I would be invited to that. Okay? The networking for real estate professionals, I'd be invited to that. I wasn't part of any of these groups, but I just was on the hotel event manager's email list, so I'd go to all these things. And I go there and I meet people that are willing to meet somebody like me. Okay? I'm just willing to invest here. It's a no-brainer. So once you're on the mailing list, you will have the in on what's happening and when. Knowing when these events will transpire will give you an advantage of getting desirable networking opportunities. Number 10, high-class dating websites. Here's a challenge and pain point you're probably having. I'm guessing that you, like most people, are on online dating. How has your Tinder account been going lately? This guy just farted out of his mouth. It's like, I'm sure it's not been going as well as it should be. I don't want your life to be you swiping on Tinder till 1 a.m. Have you even written down your qualities that you're looking for in a woman? Do you know what those qualities are, etc.? So, going back over here, there are high-quality online dating websites. Do you guys know what they are? Do you know about these websites? No? What are the high-end dating websites that you know about? The League? Okay. Anybody not know about the League? Show of hands if you don't know about the League. Wow. Shit. You came to the right place, man. All right, don't worry. Daddy Madison's got you. I'm going to hook you up. Let's talk a little bit about the League. Let's see if this works here. See, this opens in QuickTime? No, I can't open. Dirt. Okay, so the point is, there's a lot of high-end dating websites that exist. They're made exclusively for people that are just pimps and badass people and people that have usually educations or careers. They're mostly made for young professionals. So if you're a young professional, you should definitely be on these sites. One of them is the League. Okay, the League is pretty good. It was a lot better last year. You go on the app, you download it, you make an application, and they accept you 2 days later usually if you share the link with your friend. The next one is Inner Circle. You got to get on Inner Circle. Inner Circle is pretty badass if you live in the United States. Also in places like London, in Europe it's great. Any major metropolitan city where there's females that are young professionals, okay? And it basically says your education, your background, your travel, what do you want to do. These are not websites where you swipe. You don't swipe on these. You have to like click it and then write something. So it is a little bit slower, but the response rate is like 2 or 3 times over. Typically, I find the response rate is like 300% more than like Tinder. So yes, you are like clicking on their profile and like copy pasting a message, and you can do one at a time. You're not swiping, but it's worth it. The women are more attractive. The connections are better. The quality is better. Okay, so the League, Inner Circle, and also Bumble. I personally don't fuck with Tinder. I don't mess with it because it's just not what I want to do. But I do find Bumble is pretty good in most places around the world. Oddly enough, if you're in some weird like Asian countries or Eastern European countries, Happen seems to be okay there, but it's not really the best quality, you know? But you got to get on these high-end dating websites. They're going to change your life. The amount of high-quality women that I've met on these websites is tremendous. And it's important to be on these sites too because, you know, if you're on Tinder swiping half an hour every single day, it's a bad use of your time. It's a really bad use of your time. Especially you're probably half-assing your profile. Most of you in this room probably have a half-assed Tinder profile. Invest time, invest the energy, get a good profile going. Once you have a good profile going, then you can go on these great websites, okay, and attract better quality women into your life. And also, you'll be attracting people that have a desire for somebody like you. Does that make sense? There's this quote from the Bible. Quoting the Bible in this bitch. There's a quote from the Bible, which is our favorite quote, me and Jesse have been using for a long time. The quote is, because Jesus was a G. Let me tell you right now. The quote is this: do not throw your pearls before swine. That's the first part. What does that mean? It means if you have some cool stuff going on in your life, you're working on, if you're reading books, you're getting educated, you're getting smart, you're getting ambitious. If you go up to the girl who is drunk at an Irish pub, she cannot appreciate that. She has no idea what that is. It's like you're speaking another language to her. You're throwing pearls in front of swine. By the way, swines are pigs, by the way, okay? Same thing with your quality of friends and guys you hang out with. It's not just limited to females, it's males as well. If you go to some dudes and they're from a completely fucking different level, man, and you're trying to say shit to them, they don't understand. It's probably like some of your friends, you talk to some of your friends about meditating, because RSD got you into meditating, you're like, bro, you should meditate 10 minutes a day. They're like, what? Meditate? Why would I do that? You're throwing pearls in front of swine. The second part that Jesus said is, do not throw your pearls before a swine, because they will trample on you and then tear you into pieces. So not only are they going to shit on the efforts that you've done, but they're going to tear you apart for it and attack you. You might have experienced this if you were in a relationship ever. Like, if you ever had a girlfriend, you maybe flew out to somewhere, tried your hardest to make sure she had a great time. Maybe she didn't have a job. You introduce her to one of your friends that has a company. You get her like a job interview, and then she doesn't show up. You ever had that happen? It's just me? Okay. So I had that happen. Had that happen multiple times. I be dating a girl, and I go on vacation to somewhere. I bring her out to Vegas, and then she doesn't have her job. So I introduce her to a buddy of mine that has a company. I'm like, you got to meet this girl. Give her a chance. He's like, all right, Madison, fine. And then she doesn't show up for the interview. Or she goes for the interview and keeps the training manual, never shows up. This happened legit. Why? Why is it happening? And throwing pearls in front of swine. They can't appreciate what's happening here, right? So in your dating life, bro, in the same way in your dating life, if you're on Tinder and you're a cool dude, man, you're on your up and up, you're becoming a man in his prime, and you're trying to explain to the girl that you're going to Vegas for a self-development seminar, she's gonna be like, what? It's you have to get on better websites. You got to get on better apps. You got to go in the right places where it makes sense to meet these people who get you. People who actually respond to your messages and don't flake on your dates. That's what online dating should be for you. So let me show you some of the dates I go on. Yeah. Pimp shit. All right. So let's see. Do I have any here? high-end online dating. Yeah, I had a video here. Like, it's not working. Last online dating, last girl from the league I went on a date with was like this Russian swimsuit model. That was pretty cool. That was lots of fun.
Answer the question, how do you go from this island to the boat over there? They would have a little ferry that would dock and take people that were eating lunch over to the island, and there'd be like a little grotto on the island, so a little ferry would go back and forth. Obviously, it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. So, I mean, unless you guys have a problem going on dates with Russian swimsuit models, I recommend you don't get on these websites, okay? Next one, boat parties. Funnel number 11, boat parties. Boat party. I'm on a boat, motherfucker. I'm on a boat. So you're thinking, whoa, boat parties, what? Now, you're probably thinking that this is going to cost you way too much money. Madison, I can't do this. Don't worry, slow your roll, my friend. Remember the hospital events and the charity events and the restaurant events that you went to previously from your funnels? Well, those events cost you nothing. And neither does this boat party. It costs you nothing. But at those hospital, charity, and restaurant events that you went to, my bet is that you made some connections in those groups that either have a boat or know a guy with a boat or have the financial freedom to invest in a boat for a long day. So here's what I learned. To have a boat party costs you absolutely nothing. This is the genius of it. You guys could literally set up a boat party by this weekend if you wanted to in Vegas. There's no water around here, though, but we could do it. It could be fun. I'd be down for it. So here's how you have a yacht party for free. This is such a fucking cool, badass hack, man. All right. So when you're going to these events, the charity events, hospital, whatever, you're going to meet a cool-ass dude. And he usually will either have access to a boat in a marina, which is where boats are located, or he'll know somebody that has access to a boat in a marina. Or the other option is, for example, if you live in Florida, there's boat membership organizations, okay? They're usually called like boat chartering companies or marina membership, whatever. And for example, there's one in Florida that I know that's $2,000 a year, and it gives you access to one boat a week. You can take a boat out anytime you want in the week, one time a week for a whole year, okay? Now, that's if you want to pay. But you probably already will know a guy in your network by this time that has some sort of a boat, okay? And these guys that have boats, usually they're fucking lonely. Usually, a boat is like a hard-ass thing, man. It's like, yo, I got this boat. I'm paying like $500 or $1,000 a month in owning the boat. It's like, damn, nobody's on this boat. I'm an old man. What am I going to do with this boat? And then you come along. Oh, by the way, I know all these promoters and waitresses. He's like, yeah, bring it on. Gimme. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, how do I actually get the girls on the boat? It's very simple. Here's the weird thing in life, man. People will pay for things that they value, right? Like, people will pay for things that they value, but they won't pay for something. You couldn't even give them something for free. Like, if you invited a girl to McDonald's right now, the chances of her going are like 1%, right? If you went downstairs to the casino, you found like the waitress girl, and you invited her to McDonald's, and you're like, I want to buy you a Big Mac. What are the chances of her coming? Like, very, very low. Very, very low. But that same girl would pay $30 to get to a boat party. Why? What? Because it's a boat. But yeah, why? Why does she want to be on the boat? Shout it out. Exactly. Yeah, value. She's like, she gets to go. She gets to do this. I'm on a boat. That Instagram story to her is worth $30. It's true, right? Because you're probably like watching these girls on boats right now, right? It's worth $30 to her. So that same girl who you couldn't even get to go to McDonald's for free, you could get to pay $30 to go on a boat. And she would happily pay it to be able to drink all day. So now you walk to this boat party with this guy that owns the boat, and you're like, hey man, I got 5 girls that are willing to pay $30. He's like, sure, He gets paid. The alcohol costs you nothing. Now all of a sudden you're on this boat, pimping it with 5 girls that you brought. And then you get the Instagram story, right? Just leveraging, man, leveraging. Now, if you don't want to do it that way, again, you can go to like these places that have memberships, and these memberships will allow you to get your own boat if you want for a year, for about $2K usually. And you can still do the same party, you can still charge for it. So really, the return on investment is equal. Your downside is $0. It's cost you nothing. The downside is 0. The initial investment and startup cost of these boat parties is 0, right? It's just hacking. Lifegame hacks. Still haven't set foot in the club in the longest time, all right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna spam the girls that you met and let them know this amazing opportunity for this boat party. The girls will say yes because you've been offering them a rare opportunity that few girls actually get to experience. If you pull this off, you'll have the party like no other. Girls that are constantly going to hit you up due to an unforgettable experience, and one hell of a happy friend because he got to meet hot girls you spend your time with. Got it? Any questions about this so far? I know I said a lot of shit here. I said a lot of dope shit here. Okay. So far, I've given you 11 of the 15 funnels. There's a few more. Those are like bonus funnels that I eventually give to you. But I'm not going to discuss them today, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up an opportunity for us to do this together. Because for you to go and replicate this on your own, you could do it. It would be hard. But if you could do it, you probably would have done it already. You probably would have done it already if you could. If you were smart to pull it off, you probably would have pulled it off. If you had the ambition or insight to do it, you probably would have done it already. It's possible. Other guys have done it. But if you haven't done it, then it's worth getting help. Okay? I do something called the Lifegame program, Lifegame Bootcamp. And typically, that's where I spend 5 days in the city with a guy, working on his online dating, his social networking, daytime, all that. This is going to be an expanded version of it, where I go through the 15 funnels with you in your life, in your city. Any city that you want in the world where you live, where you're based. If you want to go fly out to Bali, we can do that. Okay? Anywhere in the world. This is something that's going to be brand new, and it's what I've been hoping to do for a very long time, because this is going to be my final boot camp tour. I'm not going to be doing boot camps in the following 12 months. After the 12 months is done, I'm slowly going to be going off of that, because I have so much value to give. It's like I want to find an opportunity for me to give this value to you guys. And the Lifegame program is a way for me to do that, okay? So here's the offer of the Lifegame program, the Lifegame VIP. It's kind of small. I don't know if you can see that there. You probably can't. I'll read it out to you, all right? Let's recap. Funnel number 1, the charity events. Funnel number 2, museum parties. Funnel number 3, hospital events. Funnel number 4, network of bottle service and waitress girls, going to the club early. Funnel number 5, join the promoter's friend group. Funnel number 6, Sunday brunch events. Funnel number 7, openings. Funnel number 8, hosting pre-parties. Funnel number 9, connecting with hotel event managers. Funnel number 10, high-class online dating sites. Funnel number 11, pre-parties. And then there's 3 more that I'm not going to mention today, but are going to be included in there. So let's talk about this in some detail here. The offer. I want you to be able to automate your dating life and outsource it. I want you to never have to be able to never have to go to a club ever again. I want you to be able to get your sleep, pursue your education, your career, your passions, I want you to have it all. I want you to save time and money as well. So rather than you trying to do all this for yourself, I recommend you outsource it. If you are an entrepreneur, you probably outsource already. You probably outsource your graphic design or some of your emails, you know. Outsource your dating life. Automate it. The idea that I want for you is maximum lazy, maximum result. That's a beautiful thing. I learned that from a buddy of mine. You guys know Jesse from Simple Pickup? You guys know Simple Pickup? Yeah, he's a good buddy of mine. Jesse is really cool. We hang out a lot. And Jesse said this to me. He's like, dude, he's like, in my 20s, like, I've worked so fucking hard, man. I built this business. I worked so hard. Like, it was like, I just don't have the energy to do that again. Why would I do that again and start a new business? He's like, my whole life philosophy now is I want maximum lazy, maximum result. Maximum lazy, maximum result. Okay? And that's how you should be living your life. Like, legit. If there's something that you do, if there's anything that you do in your life more than once every day, you should automate it. Yeah? Yeah. Like it's like the electric toothbrush. Instead of doing this, you just got like electric toothbrush. Just did it for you. You know what I mean? Like, there's anything you do more than once in your day, you should automate it. Automate it. Why are you thinking about it? Why are you thinking about it? Why are you thinking about it every single day when you want to do meal prep and get food, or you want to go to a restaurant and get food? It's to decide where you're going to go. Where are we going to go, man? I don't know. What do you feel like? You feel like Chinese? You're going to eat 2 times a day, 3 times a day. Meal prep, right? Instead of thinking about, oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do this, da-da-da? Just automate stuff, man. Automate stuff. Automate stuff. Okay? Don't think about stuff. Like, how much energy are you using in your life trying to do the same thing over and over again, regularly? Just automate your life, man. Maximum lazy. Maximum lazy. Super lazy. Be lazy. I want you to be lazy. I don't want you exhausted after a week of clubbing. Be lazy. But then figure out how to get the maximum result for that laziness. Okay, what are the drivers? What are the levers that are going to make it? So, what we're going to do is we're going to go out for 1 week in any city in the world. That's the first thing. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to set up these 15 funnels for you. Okay? We're also going to figure out your dating tour. So the dating tour is like, when you go on a date, I never think about dates. I automate my dates. I already know exactly where I'm going to go. I know how far, I know which cafe I'm going to meet them at for screening. I say, hey, let's meet for a quick coffee to make sure we don't want to tear each other's heads off. I know which cafe I'm going to go to. I know which bar has the specials and which bar I'm going to go to. I know which place has the cake for dessert because we're not going for dinner because it's too fucking expensive and nobody appreciates that shit on the first date. I know where we're going for cake for dessert. Okay? I know all that. It's all automated. I know exactly what time the specials are. Okay? So you need somebody to set up I call it the tour for yourself. Even Owen has a tour. I learned it because he took me on it, and he took some chick on it too. Okay? The tour for Owen is like, takes you to cryotherapy. You think Owen's paying for cryotherapy for everybody in the company? No, he has a membership. He gets to bring one person for free. Smart bastard. Yeah? So he brings one person for free for cryotherapy. Then he brings us to this place that has like great food and everybody knows him. Okay? He's got a tour for anybody that works at the company. I bet half the people back there have been to the sauna with him as well. Everybody been to the sauna with Owen back there? Yeah. Yeah, he didn't pay for that shit. He had a pass. It's a buddy pass. We're all feeling like, man, Owen really likes us. He brought us to the sauna. Nah, he had a buddy pass, right? So you got to have your tour set up. You got to have your date set up where the tour is automated. Why are you trying to think and stress about where to take the girl? Nah, bro, automate that shit, okay? We're also going to get together and record a professional video for you with the videographer in your city. So we're going to record a video that goes, we are going to auto send it to girls on Instagram for you. And we're going to record this video for you so it also goes on your social media in terms of the Instagram or like the Tinder account that has a video rewind. I'm going to send my photographer to take photos with you. Okay, good high quality photos. I'm going to recommend logistics for date and living areas. So my guess would be that some of you live in the wrong area. Right? Some of you don't live close to the clubs. Some of you don't know where you should live. in your city. Okay, if you're in Toronto, you got to live on King Street. If you're in New York, you want to not live in Brooklyn. You want to live in around Fifth or East Village. Okay, if you're in LA, it's gonna be too expensive to live downtown. But maybe you can do East Hollywood. That's still pretty close. Hollywood Central. All right. If you're in Amsterdam, maybe you can live by a Rijksmuseum. Museum. If you're in Paris, do you want to live on Champs-Élysées? I don't know. Is that a good place? You want to live closer to Duplex? That would be a good club to live close to. All right? If you're, what are some other amazing cities here? Let's think about. What's that? Vegas? Oh, Vegas is interesting, though. Vegas is great to live in. If you live anywhere near the Strip, it's super cheap. The real estate in Vegas is dirt cheap because everybody's moving out. I think you can get like Michael Jackson's like old house. We've driven by it a few times. His old house for like really fucking cheap, okay? Like everything is super cheap in Vegas. Problem with the Vegas thing is if you meet an amazing girl, she's gone tomorrow. So your retention is shit. Your retention is zero, guys. Zero retention. So you're essentially putting water into a bucket that has a hole in the bottom. You're like pouring it every single day. You're like, all right, I gotta refill this. It's kind of like the movie Groundhog Day, where it's just like exhausting because like you're constantly putting efforts that don't double up. So in Vegas, the real estate is great, but depending on what you want, might not be a place to be. If you're in Budapest, you might want to live near Forbro. If you're in Prague, you might want to live next to Presta Brana. Okay, there's good places to live in every single city, but you need somebody to sort it out for you. Somebody that has the experience of pulling in those logistics. Also, we're going to get a female virtual assistant to set up all of your dates for you. Why are you setting up dates? Wow, that makes no sense. Hey, where do you want to meet? What time are you free? I don't set up my dates. I have a Calendly link that I send people, and then they click the Calendly link, and they fill it in, and they choose a time slot for their dates. I don't set up my dates, like legit. You guys want to see this? Just for shits and giggles? Okay, so Calendly. Here we go. I send a link, if this works. Evening with friends and family. They just click that and they just schedule a time for the dates. Why would I try to schedule a date? Why would I set this up? I send a list of places, locations. I have it saved in my phones as shortcuts. I have a favorites list. Okay? So we're gonna get a female virtual assistant because it's just better with female to schedule your dates for you. Excuse me. Hi, I'm calling for Mr. Johnson. He'd really love to see you, and unfortunately he's busy right now. He's trying to schedule some time to get together with you. How's your Thursday, Friday look? Great. Do you prefer red wine or white? Do you have any allergies? No? Great. I'll see if it works for you. Thank you so much for taking this call. She's like, ooh, do I have allergies? I used to have a buddy named James. I'll tell you the story of James really quickly. So I had this old assistant named James, and he had this fucking routine every time he'd go on a date. It was brilliant. I used to see him do it. He'd pick up the phone, he'd call a girl, and he'd be like, hey, Stephanie, what's going on? Yeah, I just have one question. She's like, what? He's like, do you have any food allergies? What the fuck? She's like, no. He's like, okay, because I was just thinking that I would make you some fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. Okay, I'd make it for you. You'd come by. Do you like red wine or white wine? She's like, oh, red, please. And she'd come by, and it'd be great. And it's hilarious thing about it is that's the only thing that James knew how to make. That's the only thing he could cook was fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. It was the only thing. He had no cooking skills. And he had it stockpiled in the fridge. He'd go to the grocery store, get like 8 chickens and like all this thing. And so we had this other assistant named Thibaut. Maybe you see him, the French guy who looks like Jesus. He was staying with James for a bit. And then he said, he'd go to the fridge. He goes, I go to the fridge, and I open up, and I see when there's fettuccine Alfredo, I know it's time to go. James has a date. James has a date. So James automated his dates. There was like a process for it, right? So it made it super simple. I want you to be able to do the same thing for yourself in your life. Automate your own life, your own dates. It's mad simple, okay? So, yeah. We'll find the promoters in your city for you. Why waste your time going through your Instagram? Why waste your time going out to clubs? Let me do that for you. It's better if I DM a promoter versus if you do it. If you DM a promoter, how many followers do you have? 200. If I DM a promoter and I have 40,000 followers, it's better. If I have one of the hot girls that work for me DM a promoter, all of a sudden we've got you comped bottles. We've got you a table. We've got that all set up for you. Why are you DMing promoters? Let me do it. Let me tap into my existing network of promoters for you. Let me set it up for you. Let me show you how to do that. Also, we're going to get you comped. We're going to get you at the promoters table. So, do you guys know the difference between like a regular table versus a promoters table? Do you know the difference? Okay. No? Yes? Wake up! Wake up! Okay, who here knows the difference between who here knows what a promoters table is? No one. Excellent. Okay, David Latos knows. All right. So and this guy. Thank you for raising your hand. All right. Here's the difference in the tables. I'm gonna try to explain this to you in some detail here. There's two types of tables. We'll divide the room and say it's like this. On the first side, there's a regular table. Okay, and a regular table at a club is where the bottle that usually costs $40 now costs $300. Right? You guys all know that. It's the one you get for your bachelor party, your friend's birthday. It's one where the ace of spades costs like 10 G's, right? $10,000 for a bottle. It's worth it for the occasion, okay? I spent $10,000 on a lot of things, personal traders and so on. So the regular table costs you, like, let's say, $1,000. 2 bottles with a tip and everything, right? That's what you're all buying currently. When you go to a club, you don't get special treatment. There is something that's called the promoter's table. Okay, and the promoter gets the bottles at wholesale price. The promoter doesn't pay $250 for a bottle. The promoter pays $40 for a bottle at the club. So you never want to go to a club and buy your own bottle. Never do that. If you do it, you're throwing money away. You want to go to a club and sit at the promoter's table and buy into his bottle. So the promoter will say to you, hey man, give me $40 or whatever, and you can buy into his bottle because he's getting it for $40. The club does not charge the promoter $250 for a bottle. Why not?
Because they work for the club.
Exactly, and he wouldn't make any money. If I'm a club promoter and I get $10 for every person I bring into a club or some shitty number like that, and the club were to charge me $200 for a bottle, I'd have to bring 20 people to the club to even break even. Club promoters wouldn't do it. So the club sells the promoters bottles for about $40 a piece. That makes sense? So you don't want to go and buy a regular bottle. You want to sit at the club promoter's table and buy into his bottle at a discounted rate, $40. And you can bring as many people as you want to that table. And he's like, great, because he has unlimited bottles for $40. Okay? So rather than you trying to figure all that out and go to do it yourself, outsource it, automate it. We'll get you at those promoter tables. We'll also get you female paid-to-party girls. So these are not escorts, these are not brothels, these are not prostitutes. These are paid-to-party girls. Every club has what's called atmosphere models. It has girls, like 5 to 10 girls every night that they pay to be there. These girls usually paid $100 or $150 to be in a club every single night. Every single club. You go to Vegas, you ever see that one table, those girls just sitting there like this? They're paid to be there. Every club has paid to party girls. The hottest girls in the club that blow you off, it's not because your game sucks, it's because they're working. But you didn't know this unless somebody guided you and showed you. So these paid to party girls, they're paid about $100 a night, and they're paid to be in the club. Well, if we get you at the promoter's table, and we get you to be friends with these girls, they're going to come out with you and hang out with you anyways. So you're going to get to have a female wing woman that's there included, okay? You're not going to date this girl. You're not going to flirt with this girl. You're not going to pick up this girl. You're just going to be like very platonic friends with this girl. But you have a girl who goes to the club regularly who wants to be around you. That make sense? Yeah? Okay. Also, we're going to write and manage your online dating profile. So we'll write your Bumble account, your Inner Circle account. We'll write your profiles because I've seen your profiles. They all suck. I see it all the time. It's So bad. I see it so bad. We're going to write that out for you. We're going to do the profiles. We're going to automatically boost for you on Sundays and Mondays at 8 p.m. We're going to also send out the first 2 messages for you. So if you speak German, okay, we're going to create a profile for you for your online dating, and we're going to send out the first 2 messages for you in German. If you speak French, we're going to create a profile for you and send out the first 2 messages to the girls you like in French. If you speak English, same thing. We'll create the profile for you and send out the first 2 messages to the girls in English. If you speak any other language, I'm sorry. Okay, I just can't manage the nuances of those languages, so it's not really possible. If you're like, I speak a dialect of Cantonese, I'm like, I don't know if I could do that. I speak Afrikaans, it's like, I don't know. Okay, so English, French, German, we can send out those messages for you, the first 2. So you're not even logging into your online dating account. It's managed for you. You're like, oh, I have an online dating account. I don't check it. I just show up for the dates. I just show up. I get a text message and I show up. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay? We'll add an auto liker to your IG, and we'll send out this 15-second pre-made video to some people as well. And last but not least, the final feature of this Lifegame VIP offer to automate your dating life, we're also going to set you up with a 1-800 concierge number. Okay? So this is a number, it's a direct access on the phone to me and to my team. Me and my guys that I've trained heavily, for example, like Jesse, traveled with me for 13 months. It's direct access on the phone to me. You can call me 24 hours a day. Why is it possible 24 hours a day? Because I'm already awake. I'm in every time zone. I'm in Africa, I'm in London, I'm in Asia, I'm here in Vegas. I'm in every time zone. So you can call me at 3 in the morning. There's a good chance I'll be available then, okay? You call me on this 1-800 concierge number. Hey, Madison, I'm in the bathroom. The date's not going well. What should I do? All right, here's the plan. Bet, stat, roll out. Okay? Just like that. It's like a drill sergeant on demand, okay?